Yeah, well, the sky's falling and everything's a catastrophe. We got no food. We got no jobs. Our pets' heads are falling off. And there is no sunshine in the world. All right, that's taking a little too far. But we are, but Zach's coughing and sneezing and sick and crap. And so what's the point? What's the point of anything? No, that's a little overboard. But boy, Saturday wasn't fun. Wasn't fun to watch the offense do what it did at Texas A&M, and wasn't fun to lose a game by one touchdown again. And what do you do now? He's Zach. I'm Brad, by the way. It's Village Vice.
Hi.
I'm not
gonna get a milkshake for Jackson though.
We did, yeah.
Got one whole 2-yard touchdown drive.
Made with like soy milk though. It wasn't even like a whole milk touchdown. It was a lactose-free, dairy-free. It was a milkshake.
You're so much more of an optimist than me. I've been looking forward to having this conversation with you. You and I have not spoken much since the game.
No, we've not. It's been a whole 48 hours.
This loss really feels different. Like it really felt like a turning point of the fan base where like a lot of the people that were kind of on the fence are now no longer on the fence, whether it was about Jackson or Hugh. There's a lot of people over it. And I need you to tell me to be positive about it.
Well, I mean, I'll acknowledge that you're right, but nothing I say is going to change your mind, I don't think.
Possibly. It might. It might. You are Brad Law.
Yeah. Yeah, and that and 50 cents to get you about half a cup of coffee. I don't think that it's a very difficult fix from a pure, like if you take away people's tendencies, it's not a complicated, I'll say this, it's not a complicated fix.
Okay. How so?
Auburn has to change its identity from a team that wants to pass more than it wants to run to a team that wants to run significantly more than it wants to pass.
So that should have been this obvious thing.
I know.
The fact that was never, it almost looked like they went like they didn't even want to try to run.
And it was interesting that most of these drop back passes were in 2 tight end sets with 2 wide receivers, which is counter to, like, you take away your passing options. Now, Brandon Frazier had a great day because of it, but
he was solid.
But your team offense, this isn't an individual game, and it's not even an offense versus defense game. The team lost the game. But you clearly point to the offensive plan, and it looked to me, Zach, like the team corrected its scheme from the Oklahoma game, but did it against Texas A&M, which doesn't, like, I know that's not what they did. And I would love to be able to sit in a film session and like have the scales removed from my eyes to be walked through. What were we going for? What was the plan? Because it looked like Auburn got in a lot of running sets and had 2 options to throw the ball other than tight ends. And that's just not, it never set up the offense for success. Now, when you add to that the penalties in the first half, there was 7 penalties in the first half, 7 or 8, you just never give yourself a chance. 5 of the 7 drives Auburn had in the first half included a penalty, either false start or holding. Those aren't bad breaks. That's a lack of discipline. That can be corrected with the right approach. The question is, will the approach be changed to correct those things? Because nothing changes.
Does Hugh Freeze have it in him? Does Hugh Freeze have it in him? To do what's best for his football team.
And that's across the board. Again, this isn't, to my I'm not a coach, but I've watched a lot of football. And I don't think that you have to be a coach to have an informed football opinion. So the identity of the team, you have to identify what your offensive linemen do best. Conversations back in August were still not quite sure on the drop back passing game. So then reason would tell you don't call 40 drop back passes. Even if you're down 10 in the second quarter, third quarter, you have plenty of time to run the ball and move the ball. And oh, by the way, if you want to take advantage of your talented wide receivers and you want to make explosive plays happen in the passing game, the single best way to do that isn't to tell your quarterback to take his chances on 50-50 balls, which doesn't appear we have the confidence to do. But the best way to do that, Zach, is what? It's to run the ball effectively, 4 or 5 yards a pop, and get those safeties cheating down. Affect the other team's defensive scheme. And once you affect the other team's defensive scheme, now you can take advantage. You can take your deep shots. You can throw your 50-50 balls, and they're one-on-one coverage situations and not one-on-two coverage situations.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't, from discipline to an identity. It's an identity issue. It's not even a schematic issue. It's beyond schematic. It's deeper than that. It's an identity thing. They did against Baylor. Hugh Freeze said after the game, it was hard not to call more passing plays, but they did it.
Right.
And the running backs, when they were called on, averaged almost 5 yards a carry against Texas A&M.
You have everything on your roster to be a downhill running team. You have everything you need. I think it's the strengths of the offensive line. You have a quarterback that can run it. You have multiple quarterbacks that can run it. You have multiple running backs who you feel confident in. I know Darrell's out, but I still think if you wanted Omar to be your third back, I think most people are comfortable with that. And I just don't. Can I tell you my biggest fear in this?
Yeah, sure.
Is you make a quarterback change at some point. I don't think it's going to happen this during the bye week, but at some point, if you make a quarterback change, if the offense does not take that step forward, and whether it's Ashton or Deuce, whatever, my biggest fear is you make a quarterback change, and then with that backup quarterback, you run a super conservative offense that involves lots of running, and you're just like, all right, we're just going to run the ball and have good defense. And then it's like, why didn't you do that with Jackson? Why didn't you do that with Jackson Arnold?
Which is why, Zach, I don't think you need a quarterback change in the bye week or yet at any other point. What you have to do is stop, as the coaches, as the entire staff, stop putting him in his least advantageous position. This was identified back in fall camp, if not before then. If not before, like being super conservative, we can say it was identified in fall camp, that of quarterback runs, running back runs, and drop back passes, the least advantageous of the three would be to rely on drop back passes, independent of the other things. So why continue to put him in situations where that's what you're relying on? We have grades now through 5 games for the offensive linemen. They are significantly better run blocking than pass blocking. We've seen Eric Singleton on jet sweep motions, whether you give it to him or not, affect the defensive scheme, dramatically affect the defensive scheme. Auburn ran 1 jet sweep motion against Texas A&M. Do you remember what happened on the play?
Jackson kept it, and it was a nice run.
It was about an 11-yard gain for a first down right up the middle, and Auburn ran it once. Again, I'm going to give coaches the benefit of the doubt and say I would love to sit in a room and watch film and go, this is why we didn't do that more, or this is what we thought we could take advantage of. But to the naked eye in real time, I don't. That jet sweep stuff works. It works for a reason. Running backs were, statistically, they were effective. And Hugh Freeze has talked about how he doesn't really care about rushing yards. He wants to know about yards per attempt. Well, they got 4.5, 5 yards a carry. There were 3 running back carries in the second half. After the first drive of the second half, there were 3 running back carries. They went for 5 yards, 6 yards, and 5 yards. You're in 3rd and 9+ over 50% of the time. Why?
It's so bad.
Because you're not running the ball for 4 and 5 yards on first down.
It's so bad. And it's so glaringly obvious.
It seems to be, yeah. It does seem like it's hard to it's hard to come out of that gear of it looks obvious. Why is it? Is there some reason it's not obvious? I would love
Well, and
to
then
know.
Hugh Freeze after the game saying, like, we got to run it more. Like, you said that for 2 years.
Yeah. Well, and that's why I said on the surface, it's a really simple fix, but it goes deeper than that. It's will the coaching staff make the necessary changes? And the penalties and stuff isn't catching a break and not catching a break. That probably my least favorite language in all sports is we can't catch a break when it comes to penalties. You have something to do with that. If guys commit penalties over and over again, put somebody in the game that won't commit a penalty. Let there be a consequence for committing a penalty, and it will stop. Let there be consequences for any. Hey, if my children have a bedtime and they consistently go over the bedtime and there's no consequence for it, they're going to keep going over the bedtime. It's not going to change. Your outputs don't change unless your inputs change. Period. So if we overreacted after Baylor in one direction, it's possible that we overreact after the Oklahoma and Texas A&M games.
I don't. So the Baylor stuff, I don't think was an overreaction. It was a huge win. We all said that it was. It kind of set the tone for the season. But one of the big reasons we were excited about it is because of the rushing attack. And since then, they've been like, we're not doing that. No shot are we doing that again.
Which is what I'm holding on to for the optimism for the rest of the way is, all right, what happened last week against Oklahoma? Did we pin all that on corrupt officiating and we don't need to change the approach? And then we get into this game plan and it doesn't change. The fact that we've seen it this year with this team and this offensive line and this quarterback, where when you commit to the run, it's successful. That does give me hope that if we see that same commitment, see, it starts with commitment. It starts with commitment and then it goes to execution. You don't execute and then commit. You don't see if something works once or twice and then you keep doing it. You start with your commitment and your identity.
I like that.
And the execution follows. So we have seen it. It's got to happen more, or else you're going to keep getting very, very close. The defense will continue to keep this team close.
That's right. No, the defense is going to give you a shot in every single game this year. Today's show brought to you by our friends at Roback. RHOBACK, Roback.com. Use promo code. What are you about to drink?
Water. Just water. Nothing in it.
Roback.com. Use promo code BARN20 for 20% off your order. I wore my quarter zip from Roback throughout the week. I got performance hoodies as well as polos. I recommend you get them as well. Use promo code BARN20 for 20% off your order today.
True story. I wore one of the brand new gray Roback hoodies. It's got the old Tiger logo right here. I wore it to the gym in College Station Saturday morning. No fewer than 3 ladies came up and talked to me, and it started with, really like what you got on right there. I really like what you're wearing. Where'd you get? They weren't even Auburn fans.
Let's break this down a little bit.
These are just randos in the gym in College Station.
Let's break this down. So first off, you're out of town going to the gym.
All because of Roback, Zach.
And not only are you at the gym grinding, working hard, your prowess attracts several women to come up and talk to you.
It's not my prowess. It's my Roback hoodie.
Wow.
So if you want to be approached by girls at the gym, you need to buy some Roback gear.
I mean, there were so many flexes cooked into that. I'm so proud of you.
It's not about your motivation. It's about your consistency. And I say the same thing about the running game. It's not about motivation. It's about your consistency.
Yeah.
It's about the approach.
You drank any like spinach pineapple stuff today?
Nope.
Okay. Got it.
No, I did peanut butter, banana, and Greek yogurt in the smoothie today.
This loss on Saturday was one of the worst ones I can remember.
In what sense? Because I can think of a couple last year that ripped my guts out more than this one.
But last year we had, hold on, we picked the wrong quarterback, and all these super good freshmen are about to grow up. We had that. This year is kind of the year. And this has kind of been it.
Yep.
And you can't convert a third or fourth down. You can't do it.
Yeah.
You went 0 for 12 on third down.
Yep. And the 3rd and 9s are like most teams aren't converting those. But,
but you're not doing anything about it to like get to 3rd and manageable.
Right.
You're just not you're not doing anything about it.
Right. No, but again, that goes back to identity and what do your guys do best. And what
I think you did a good job breaking that down for sure.
All that is wrapped up in this. There were a couple like 3rd and 1. Would you love to call a run on 3rd down and 1 with 1.5 minutes to go? It's plenty of time. You don't have to rush. Like you don't have to go so fast that you make bad decisions.
Yeah, if you don't convert, the game's over anyway. Like
correct.
Let's live to fight another down. Yeah.
Right. But you get 3rd and 1, run the ball, get a first down, clock it. Now you got 3 plays for you're not going to get 2 yards like a play anyway to win the game. You're going to take some shots, medium length, sideline routes, stuff like that. But if it gets to 3rd and 1, just get the first down. Just get first.
Move the chains.
And let's go. Which by the way is a fairly effective strategy the whole game.
Wow.
This was the first time that Auburn got just completely demolished in time of possession because A&M just ran the ball. They just ran it effectively. Auburn gave up 207 rushing yards. That's almost how much they gave up all year long before this game. But they held one of the top scoring offenses to 16 points.
Yeah.
They did, you know what they did? Exactly the defensive blueprint that we talked about all week long. Bend but don't break. They're going to get yards. They got 3 explosive plays, I think, in the game. 2 of them were on their first drive. Their script out of the gate was really good. A&M's offensive script was fantastic.
Sure.
And they scored the only touchdown of the game. And it was enough. It was a difference in the ballgame. 4 plays in, and it was the difference in the ballgame. But other than that, the defense bent, but it did not break. Can we talk about Xavier Atkins?
He was great.
He's getting better. He's getting better every week.
Mm-hmm.
And that's 2 games in a row now where your secondary played well enough. Listen, Craver and Concepcion, when Concepcion went to A&M, I went, uh-oh. He's the best. He's one of the best receivers in the country. And this was kind of his breakout game. Craver had been the guy. And Auburn
when
fairly
Concepcion catches a pass, you know what they should all call it?
What?
A reception.
A reception. I think they do, as a matter of fact.
They need to. Major missed opportunity if they don't.
That's a good point. Yeah. They didn't do that over the PA, thankfully.
They would have been doing it a lot.
Yeah. No, he had a lot. Yeah. But overall, again, you bend but don't break. And against a team like that, 16 points is enough. It's enough.
If you would have told me going into it, Auburn allows 16 points. We killed them.
Yeah, I would have said their fans were leaving in the 4th quarter, early in the 4th.
Man. Yep. I would have thought, we exposed them.
Yep.
Is what I thought that would have been. But
yep.
Not what happened.
Nope. No. So
what's the biggest change you think we see from Saturday to next Saturday when we host Georgia? What's the biggest change we see?
It is so hard to say because again, it's a I don't want to just beat the dead horse. It's an identity issue. It's not schematic. It's not personnel. Like I don't think you have to move. Could you move Dylan Wade back out to left tackle and bring in somebody else? Yeah, you might, and they might do that.
Yeah, is that the overarching issue though? Like I'm not entirely sure that it is.
No.
I mean, the identity thing is 100% correct. You're wanting to throw it every down with a quarterback who is not comfortable throwing the football.
Right. With defenses who are expecting a pass 2/3 of the time.
Yeah.
Again,
the treatment that the O-line is getting is the penalties are bad. Yeah. I'm not excusing that. But to say they can't like pass protect or whatever is a little like, I mean, what are edges going to do when they know you're passing it every down?
Yeah. Pinning their ears back. Yeah.
They're going. That's hard. Yep. Play calling is not helping anyone.
Right. And it is not like, it's not binary to or linear to the last 2 drives of a game. Everything you've done up until then matters.
Sure.
So it's like, well, play calling in the last 2 drives. No, that's all set up by play calling in the first, the second, and the third quarter.
No, when I went live after the game, a lot of people wanted to talk about we had 2 shots, third and 1 and fourth and 1, and we didn't convert. I'm like, yeah, I didn't agree with that, but that's not why we lost.
Right.
That's not why we lost.
I'm looking at drive. I keep these drive charts because of what I do.
Yeah, you do.
Post game and stuff. And I'm looking at first down plays: pass for 2, run for 1, pass for 5, but a false start on that drive. So now it's 1st and 15, and it's a run for nothing. All right, 4th drive of the game, a sack, -7. Okay, the point that the drive that Auburn got its field goal on started with an 11-yard pass to Eric Singleton. Best first down play of the game, even though it was a pass. You do have to be balanced, but that was the best first down play of the game, and they got points on that drive. They also got a 37-yard pass to Singleton, and then a holding penalty.
Where did that drive start? Where we got the field goal? Where did that drive start?
29.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The drive before that started with a sack started at the A&M 43.
Okay.
But they went immediately.
That's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Immediately. So they didn't get anything out of that. Let's see. Run for 1, incomplete pass. Pass for 4. Then a pass for 11, a run for 3 on first down, but then they go at the 41, at the A&M 41, incomplete. And then on 4th and 10, a run for 6. Now you've just run for 9 to get the first down, but you go incomplete. And then, by the way, the next drive that ended with 4th and 22 at the 47 and a punt after several penalties. 1st and 10 from your own 20. You run for 5 with Cobb to set up 2nd and 5. Next play, you get a first down. There's a common thread here. Drives that include running plays on first down go for 4 or 5 yards, and you move the ball. Okay.
All right. That does it for today's show. I can't do it anymore. We're done. We'll try again tomorrow.
Thanks, everybody, for watching. Thanks so much. Hey, subscribe if you haven't yet. You'll get notified anytime there's a new Village Vice. Remember, until next time, everyone has vices. Make sure Village Vice is one of yours.